This is WSFA 12 News at 6.
A cold case in Ozark is hot again, nearly 2 decades later.
An arrest in connection with the 1999 shooting deaths of 2 Dothan teenagers.
Coley McCraney is now charged with rape and capital murder. Many people still remember the case of Tracie, Hawlett, and J.B. Beasley, teenagers found dead in the trunk of a car. DNA from a genealogy website reportedly tracked down McCraney. WSFA 12 News reporter Brian Henry is joining us live from the scene of the crime so many years ago. Brian, you were also at a news conference today where authorities released more information about this case. Tell us more.
That's right, Mark and Val. For 20 years or so, this part of Herring Avenue in the city of Ozark became a shrine. In fact, if you look right over there, you'll see the crosses. They've been in place since 1999, the very site where the bodies of Tracie Hawlett and J.B. Beasley were found in the trunk of Beasley's vehicle. The long wait on who the alleged killer is appears to be over.
For more than 19 years,
Ozark Police Chief Marlos Walker was surrounded by more than 25 local and state investigators who played a role in the 20-year investigation in the murders of Tracie Hawlett and J.B. Beasley.
Crime has been a mystery to us all.
Both were 17 years old. The teenagers were on their way to a birthday party when they somehow got lost. They stopped at this gas station in Ozark to ask for directions. They were found dead the next day from gunshot wounds.
Has he confessed?
That we cannot talk about at this time.
This is the man police say they've arrested, 45-year-old Coley McCraney, a native of Ozark but lived in Dothan. Science played a crucial role in the case with the help of a California company, Parabon Labs, that allegedly matched McCraney's DNA with the evidence at the scene.
Genealogy helped us to identify the family from which he descended.
The chief declined to publicly talk about the alleged motive.
The 2 victims in this case were not forgotten.
The Attorney General, meantime, addressed the families of both girls.
And today is a beginning. It's not ultimately justice for you, but what I hope it does is begin to provide some answers that you've thought about for almost 20 years now.
Coley McCraney's attorney, David Harrison, reportedly told the AP, McCraney is an outstanding member of the community and is cooperating with law enforcement.
Just an extra desire to solve this case.
Former Dothan Police Chief John White has remained part of the investigative team through the years.
I don't think they would have made an arrest in this case unless they're certain that he is, in fact, the killer.
For 20 years, the case remained cold but not forgotten. Today, a major break. Potential closure not only for law enforcement, but for the very families who've endured and waited so long for answers. For the record, Coley McCraney faces 5 counts of capital murder, 5 counts because there was an alleged rape and a weapon was used. Court records show today McCraney was a truck driver and his attorney late today filed a motion for a preliminary hearing, but a date on that hearing has not been set. Valerie?
An amazing development. Brian, thank you so much. McCraney is in the Dale County Jail tonight without bond. Police say they tracked him down the same way California found the Golden State Killer last year by creating an online genealogy profile using DNA. That helped them identify the suspected killer's family and then narrowed it down to McCraney.
Friends and family members of Tracie Hawlett were at that news conference today as officials formally announced the arrest. Reporter Samantha Day continues our team coverage from the Ozark Police Department. And Samantha, you spoke with the family. What was their reaction?
Today, Tracie's parents, Carol and Mike, were very emotional. It's been 2 decades since their daughter Tracie was murdered, and ever since then, they've been working with law enforcement officials to find her killer. But as the years went by, they began to lose hope when they heard the news that Dothan resident Coley McCraney had been arrested and charged with their daughter's murder. They say they were shocked, but hopeful that justice will be served. At today's press conference, District Attorney Kirk Adams said McCraney is eligible for the death penalty, and that's what Tracie's parents are hoping for.
I sat down and read in Exodus where it says if you take a person's life, you should have to give up your life. And I'm sorry, but that's the law, and I honestly believe that should be what happens.
I am all for the death penalty. Cold-blooded murder. They shouldn't live 20 or 30 years. They ought not to live over a week.
It was a bittersweet day for Mike and Carol. Mike telling me he did not think he would see the day when her killer was found. Now, that's the suspected killer. Tonight at 10, hear more from the family and how they plan to move forward.